I think teaching at a Jesuit university has really helped me think about the big picture and think about, when I work on a statistical model of electric vehicles or wind turbines or something like that, how is it actually impacting the world around me? It might help me publish a paper, but that's sort of ancillary. I really want to make a difference, and part of the Jesuit education that I'm immersed in here at CLU is thinking about what that actually means and taking a step back and trying to see a bigger picture and to see how that impacts humanity. And it really has helped me decide on which projects I want to work on and which I turn down and how to spend my effort. And then also what this means to me as a member of this race. This is human species. What do I actually want to do at the end of the day? And it's actually been very transformative on my life. I think a number of years ago I'd have been happy just publishing the paper, but now I want to make a difference and certainly serve the underserved and look at the justice implications of that. The fact of the matter is, just being born in this country, I have a leg up on 90% of the people in the world, and I did nothing to earn that. It was just given upon me. So the least I can do is appreciate that, acknowledge that, and see what I can do to help make things more equitable. On the topic of climate change, I'm very much an engineer on this. If the public will is to minimize CO2 emissions and greenhouse gas emissions, we can do that. We certainly can. It's going to mean some very drastic changes, but technologically speaking, yeah, we know how to build power plants that don't emit CO2, for example, nuclear. So we know how to do this. We know we could manage it. We could invest more in wind power and solar power, and we could do this. There's countless academic papers that optimize systems based upon minimizing CO2 output. The problem is no one has told the engineers that no one's given us our marching orders to do it. There's not a lot of policy in place that gives it to us in those terms. Should that ever happen, then we can respond. We've done handmade wind turbines in Zambia, where you make it by carving the blades out of wood and finding materials that are local and building wind turbines. We've installed commercial grade ones. We've installed a water pump, and we've actually attached a generator to that to also generate electricity and pump water. So there's several projects that we've done in Zambia on that, and our next big one is the Kenyan project. What I do in my life to be more efficient or to be more environmentally friendly are when I'm building my house, I pay extra for efficiency. I will pay for I have a tankless hot water system that I'm installing, for example. I'm paying for added insulation, things like that. For one thing, those efforts also economically make sense, and they also will save me money, but they also will consume less energy overall. I use public transportation all the time. I don't own a car. I haven't owned a car in 7 years. I walk a lot. I do things like that. So I'm certainly mindful of it, and that's what I do. Really, when you purchase things, try to get the most efficient. I feel like when it comes to making behavioral changes, people don't respond to that much. If you tell somebody you should always unplug this or turn this off, they generally don't, and then even the impact is a little bit minimal. So if you can have it in the background where you just buy an energy efficient refrigerator, that refrigerator is always doing that, and you don't ever have to think about it again. That's where you see, I think, the best, the most success is these non-behavioral things. It's the investment. It's insulating. It's buying efficient equipment. That's where you can make the biggest difference, I think.